Hello and welcome to Joyful Strength and Stretch with me, Dana. Today I'm going to take you through a mindful flow. We're going to be moving slowly but with intention, just trying to strengthen that mind and body connection. I have some props I'm going to be using. These are optional, but I'm just going to go over what they are. I have a strap. Now this is a yoga strap, but if you don't have a formal yoga strap, you can use something like a belt or a scarf. Yoga blocks. I also have these dumbbells that we may use if you have a hard time putting weight on your wrist. So if you want to use something like that, you can go ahead and grab them. But let's start by lying on our back. For now, just open your palms, and I just want you to bring your attention to your breathing. All we're doing right now is noticing. Notice the pace of your breathing. And now I want you to intentionally take your breaths a little bit deeper and extend your exhale a little bit longer. So as you breathe in, just feel that abdominal space expand. And then breathe out. You're letting all the air back out. Repeat that a few times, taking the breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And just continue that nice deep breathing. But now I want you to just kind of notice any areas in your body that may feel extra tense today, or even if you have some areas of pain. We just want to pay attention to that right now. And wherever you notice tension or tightness, as you exhale, just think about softening that area. Just release the tension, letting your body feel heavy on the floor as if you're melting into it. And if you want to hold this a little bit longer, just pause it here. Just keep this breathing, especially if you're feeling stressed or anxious today. There's power in just stopping and breathing. From here, take your arms overhead. I just want you to stretch it out as far as you can go. Make your body as long as you can. And then grab your knees and grab them one at a time, hug them into your chest. You're curled up in a little ball here. And feel where your lower back makes contact with the floor. And then from here, you can kind of just roll to the side. And then we're going to come to a seated position. If you have really tight hips, it might feel better to sit on a block here. Just let your upper body just feel nice and tall. So it's as if you're extending the top of the head toward the ceiling. And at the same time, feel the grounding as where your body makes contact with the floor. It's kind of like a tree. We have roots, and then the branches grow toward the sun. So we got things going on both sides. We're rooting and we're rising. And then we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So inhale, bring the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, bring them back and down. We're just loosening things up right now. Inhale, exhale. Now reverse your direction. So inhale up, exhale front and down. Good. And take that left ear to your left shoulder. If you want to even let that right arm just kind of fall to your side, let it feel heavy. And then with mindfulness and awareness, just lift the head back to the center and then just repeat that on your opposite side. You can let that left arm feel heavy. And then return to neutral. Take your left arm to your mat, reach up with the right, and you're just going to lean to the side. So we're still grounded in the mat, but we're reaching. So again, there's a simultaneous kind of rooting into the mat and reaching with that right arm. And then release it. Let's go to the other side. And release it. We're going to twist it out. So inhale, reach up with those arms. Exhale, twist to your right side. Looking over that shoulder. Release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, opposite side. I'm going to twist it out. And release. Now come to all fours or tabletop. And this is where if you want to use the dumbbells, you can. So I'm just going to show you what you can do here. So instead of placing your hands on the mat, you can grab the weights, which will give you a little relief in the wrist. So anytime we're doing like downward facing dogs or even just this tabletop position, you can have these weights here. I'm going to move them out of my way. And if you're on your hands, go ahead and spread those fingers out wide. Wrists just under the shoulders. Those knees are just under your hips. And those legs are about hip distance apart. So we're just stacking the bones on top of each other. And we're at a neutral position in our spine. So just look down. Just notice how this feels first. And then from here, we're going to move with our breath. So as you inhale, just drop the belly down, look forward. Exhale, draw that belly button up toward the ceiling. Tuck the chin and tuck the tailbone. And so now every time you take an inhale or exhale, initiate the movement at the same time. So as you inhale, we'll come to our cow position. And as you exhale, come to cat. Just move through that a few times at your own pace. Great. Now come back to tabletop, neutral spine. Take those toes together, bring the knees together. Kind of keeping the hands where they are, you're just going to sink your tailbone back toward the heels. And then from here, you can reach your arms forward a little bit more if you need to. Come into our child's pose. Let's come back to tabletop. So again, stack those bones. All right, we're going to do something called thread the needle. So I'm going to take this back hand first and I'm going to twist open to the same side, but just from the ribs up. So keep the hips squared toward the mat. And then as I exhale, just bring that arm through this little opening you've created here. And then you can bring this arm as low as you'd like to go. So you might want to stay right here, or you can come down, placing that arm on the mat. And then you can reach up with the opposite arm, or you can kind of just roll it or wrap it around your lower back. Just hold it here. All right, let's untwist. Coming back to our tabletop position, we're just going to switch directions. So now I'm going to take my front arm, I'm twisting toward you, and then exhale, bring that arm through and place it down. However you want to do this today. Okay, now untwist. Come back to our tabletop position. From here, tuck the toes under, and you're just going to lift the hips up in the air. Come into a downward facing dog. So just bringing those ears between your elbows, kind of looking at your feet, and moving those heels toward the mat. They likely won't touch the mat, but we're just moving in that direction. Just feel the stretch on the back of the legs. And this nice inversion helps our spine just decompress. But if you have history of back surgery or back injury, always listen to your doctor's advice and just listen to your body. If you need to come to a child's pose instead of doing this, you can. From here, inhale, bend the knees, just look at your hands. And then with your hips lifted, you're just going to walk your feet all the way to the top of the mat. And from here, just slowly roll it up, coming to mountain pose. Our feet are hip distance apart. And again, stacking those bones on top of each other. So ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. Kind of pressing all four corners of your feet into the floor. So there's that grounding like we did in the beginning. At the same time, just kind of feel that lift at the top of your head. Just hold it and breathe. Now take a deep breath in as you reach the arms up. And then exhale with a slight bend in the knees, just fold over. And then inhale, just lift about halfway. Just kind of feeling a stretch in the spine here. And then exhale, bring it down. And then from here, with your feet pressing into the floor energetically, we're going to swan dive our arms all the way up. Exhale, bring them to your heart. Okay, let's repeat that. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold it out. Inhale, halfway, lift. Exhale, come down. From here, we're going to step back into a plank pose. So bring one leg back at a time. Again, stacking the bones, but this time we're horizontal. And if you don't want to hold it here, you can bring the knees down. So this is another option. You can kind of work up to this point, but hold it and breathe. From here, exhale, come to that downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the knees down as you look to your hands. Exhale, you can walk or even hop up to the top of the mat and then roll it up slowly. All right, good job. Now we're going to repeat that and add on. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, come down. Let's hold this forward fold a little bit longer this time. If you want to grab your opposite elbow and just kind of swing back and forth, if that feels good to you. Now plant those hands on the outside of your feet, and we're going to come back to our plank position, one leg at a time. So hold it and breathe. And if you're not on your knees already, go ahead, just lower your knees to the mat. A straight line from the knees all the way to the top of your head here. And then kind of energetically squeezing your arms into your ribs. Go ahead and lower yourself down slowly. Come into your belly. You can place the tops of the feet on the mat. And then from here, just come up on your forearms. Those elbows are just underneath the shoulders, and those fingers are pointed forward. So again, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, just kind of lift, looking forward, bring the shoulders back and down. Just feeling hopefully an opening in the heart space as you're also giving your back a little stretch here. Just pushing into the mat with those forearms and kind of energetically pulling those elbows towards your body at the same time. Just breathe here. Okay, and now with awareness, we're going to lower ourselves all the way back down. Place your hands just on the outside of your chest area as you kind of push through and come to a child's pose again. So knees and toes together. Bring that tailbone back. Just hold it and breathe. From here, we'll kind of come through tabletop first, just enough time to tuck those toes under, and we're going to find that downward facing dog again. So we're going to hold this a little bit longer as well. And you're welcome to pedal your feet, so alternate bending one leg, kind of straightening the other, and then just kind of going back and forth. We're walking our dog. Just note how this feels in your body. So we're paying attention as we move, and it's not about how the pose looks, but it's really all about how you feel it in your body. You never want to force anything, although we are challenging ourselves, but we're not forcing anything. So we're being gentle. We're going to honor wherever we are today. Go ahead and bring both of those heels toward the mat. We're going to kind of come to a lunge position. So how I'm going to get there is bringing that, that's my back knee here. So maybe your left knee. So bring it towards your chest. And then coming through to plank, and just set that foot down. So if you need to grab the ankle, you can do that. But note how my knee is stacked over my ankle here. And then once you get here, you're welcome to just lower that back knee. This is where we can use blocks. I'll show you how you can use them here. So go ahead and just kind of bring one arm to the knee and then bring the other. So this is an option just to hold this stretch here. Or if you want to use some blocks, you can put them on either side here, just making our arms longer. Or if you just want to keep your hands on the ground. So again, just whatever feels best in your body. Draw that navel into the spine. Just breathe and feel the stretch. From here, I'm just going to bring the hips toward the back as I straighten this leg. The toes are coming up, and then you can just kind of do a little forward fold here. Hold it and breathe. We'll come back through to this lunge position. This time, everyone come on the ball of that back foot. If you need to kind of shorten your stance a little bit by bringing your feet closer together, you can, because we are going to lift that upper body and find a little balance here. So slowly lift up those hands to your heart. We're on the ball of that back foot, and as the heel is pointed up toward the ceiling. So think about pressing that big and little toe into the floor. And then on that front foot, you're pressing all four corners of the feet into the floor. We're rooting. From here, go ahead, just kind of straighten the leg. See, I lost my balance a little bit, had to grab the wall. And then you're just going to hinge over. So if you want to watch this part, we're going to transition to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I kind of slowly move my body through the center. I'm going to turn my toes toward the front of my mat, or the side of the mat. I guess it's a matter of perspective here. We're going to hold a little forward fold here. So you can bring that head as low as you'd like to go. And then if you want to either grab your ankles or your legs or bring them through, just hold it and breathe. If a headstand is in your practice, this is a great place to do it. Okay, from here, just kind of lift enough to where you can bring those arms underneath you, and then we're just going to turn our body to the other side of the mat, so the opposite side of what you were just doing. So we're bringing our feet with us. And I'm going to come into a lunge position. So if you did your left leg the first time, this should be your right leg. Again, stack the knee over the ankle, and then once you kind of find your place, bring the knee down. And then whatever you want to do with those hands, you can stay here or get your blocks or bring them to your knee here. Hold it and breathe. So as we're moving from pose to pose, think about engaging as many muscles as you can. So instead of putting all the work on one muscle group, we're kind of spreading it out. So I'm going to move my hips back. So I'm kind of engaging my legs, engaging my core. Bring the toes up, and then we're going to lean into it. Okay, from here, we're going to come back through to our lunge position. Go ahead and come to the ball of the back foot. Prepare to lift that upper body. Again, we're moving with intention. It's not about hitting the pose really as much as it's how you get there. So hold it and breathe. You can draw that navel into your spine. right, now we're gonna have some more fun. So straighten that front knee. Again, takes a lot of balance here, so if you need to grab something, you can. A chair or the wall. Go ahead and kind of do a little forward fold here. And then again, with intention, we're going to come back to center, moving those toes toward the side of the mat. And then once you're here, place your hands on your hips. So I'm about halfway lifted. And then I'm going to come all the way up. All right, good. So from here, I want you to take this left leg and turn the toes toward the top of the mat. Keep those right toes pointed toward the front. My hips are square. I'm going to bring the arms out with nice soft shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, lean as far as you can go. And then when you can't go anymore, just bring that left arm down, right arm up. And this is another place you can use a block right here under this bottom arm. Just hold it here and breathe. So our hips are open to the front as well as our heart. And then from here, again, being mindful, I'm going to lift the upper body as I bend this left knee. So making my way to a warrior two position. My hips are still square to the front. I got that knee stacked over the ankle here. Those arms are out, they're energetic. I want you to look to the left side. Hold it and breathe. Okay, go ahead and look back to the front. I want you to bring the right arm down, left arm up. We're going to do a little reverse warrior. You can look front or you can look up toward that hand that's pointed up toward the ceiling. Again, just feel the engagement in all your muscle groups here. So I've got energetic arms, engaging the core, engaging the legs. Go ahead and windmill those arms back to neutral and straighten the knee. You can put your hands on your hips here. All we're going to do is switch our feet around. So move the left toes toward the front or the side of the mat here, and then move the right toes in this direction. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, lean. Go ahead and stack the shoulders, stack the hips. This is one of those poses where it's easy to try to get that bottom arm as low as it'll go, but watch as I get lower, this hip starts collapsing. So I want to kind of be in the place where I can still keep them open to the front. That's where you're going to feel the more benefit from this pose. Okay, again, exhale and engage all your muscle groups as we come through center. Come to a warrior two. Go ahead and look to the right side. Go ahead and look back to the front, and then we're going to reverse it again. Right arm up, left arm down. Okay, and as you engage your core, we're going to come back through and straighten the leg. Good. Hands on the hips. Turn the toes toward the front, and then we're going to heel toe together. So now we're standing. Okay, for this part, you can bring your legs hip distance apart, or you can bring them together. We're going to inhale, reach those arms up, and just put those hands together in our little prayer position. And then I want you to lean towards your left side with your arms as you bring your hips to the right side. We call this a crescent moon because you look like a crescent moon. And then come through to center and then switch sides. Okay, we'll come back through to center, bring the arms around. I want you to make your way back down to the mat. So we're going to be on our bottom. I want you to extend those legs out in front of you. And again, we're rooting into the mat as we reach the crown of the head high. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, just give yourself a little fold forward, reaching toward the toes. Just honor wherever you are today. And just know the more consistently you do practices like this, the more flexible you're going to be. From here, go ahead and we'll come back up. I want you to grab the strap if you have one, and then we're going to make our way to our backs. So take that strap, and I'm starting on my right leg. So just bring that right knee in and wrap the middle of the strap around the ball of the foot. I've got that other leg extended straight, but if you'd rather bring it up here and bend the knee, that's fine as well. And then from here, just work towards straightening that knee as you're kind of pulling the leg towards your body. So we're doing an upside down split here. The strap is just to help you take it a little bit deeper. So if you don't have one, you can hold the back of the leg or just wherever you feel most comfortable. You could grab the feet. And then from here, just go ahead and bring it back down. We're going to go ahead and repeat that on the other side. So I'm wrapping around my left foot this time. Bring the knee toward the body, work towards straightening that leg. Hello, my girl. Hey, Marley. Go ahead and release that. And take the strap and just kind of put it to the side. And then take both of those knees in toward your chest. We're in our little ball here. And then now I'm going to bring the left foot to the mat so my knee is bent. And then I'm going to take this right leg. As my foot is flexed here, I'm just going to turn the knee out, coming into a pigeon pose. So as I'm turning that knee out, I'm bringing that ankle to the top of the opposite leg. So just above the knee. You can take this deeper by, again, just kind of pushing on that knee, pushing away from the body of that turned out leg. And then another way you can make this stretch a little bit more challenging is you can grab the back of the opposite leg. So the supporting leg, you can wrap your hands behind it, either around the thighs or the shin, and just pull it toward the body. And just use that exhale just to hopefully help you find a little release. Just try to relax into this. You're welcome to pause it here and hold this longer. Just getting deep, deep into that fascia, the longer you hold it. And go ahead and bring that supporting foot back to the mat. We're going to uncross the leg and then just turn that knee in, just doing kind of the opposite of what we just did. And then come back to our neutral position. Now grab the opposite knee Go ahead and flex the foot, turn it out. Turn that knee out, start gently pressing as you place that ankle on the top of the leg, finding a pigeon pose. And then you're welcome to grab the back of that supporting leg, bringing it toward the body. And again, if you want to pause it here, hold it longer, feel free to do that. Okay, go ahead and bring that foot back down, uncross the leg, and turn that knee in. Okay, we're going to do one more little stretch here. We're going to twist it out. So for me, it's my right leg, hugging it toward the body. You can extend the left one straight. So I'm taking my right knee and I'm bringing it to my left side. And then at the same time, I'm extending that right arm out straight and looking over in that direction. Kind of moving that right shoulder blade toward the mat as I'm moving that other knee toward the floor. Okay, go ahead and untwist here. Bring both of those knees toward the chest again, hug it in. We're gonna pause and give ourselves a back massage. So just rock back and forth. Feel where your lower back makes contact with the floor. And now from here, go ahead and grab that opposite knee. So for me, it's my left knee this time. Extending the right leg out straight. And then bring the left knee toward the right side of the body as you extend that left arm, looking in that direction. Just hold it here. And then we're going to untwist, coming back to our ball. So bring those knees into the chest. If you want to rock back and forth again, feel free to do that. And this is your opportunity to stretch out anything else that you feel you need to stretch so that you wouldn't be distracted when we come back to stillness. So whatever you want to do here. And then whenever you're ready, just extend that body all the way out, arms overhead. And then bring the arms to your side, open palms, let those legs just kind of turn out naturally. We're coming back to that still, quiet place, just like we started. And as you just think about your breathing here, so continue that nice deep breathing. Also, just take note of how your body feels right now, especially compared with how you felt before we started doing this flow today. And we're going to show gratitude for our body for allowing us to do this today. And just use this time of silence however you would like. But let your body just relax into the floor. And go ahead, just hold this as long as you need to. But I'm going to end it here. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon.